My name's Lance, welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, it's starting to get hot. Still very dry and hot, 18 to 31, and I'm doing the stew late today. I've had to go into the shop this morning because we're on kid duty. So it's around a little after 10 on Monday morning, and yeah, with having the kids here, yeah, they didn't want, well, we'll talk about that in a minute I suppose, but with having the kids here, yeah, Jude had to go to do the school run, so she couldn't get into work early like normal on Monday, so I've been in. But yeah, still no rain, very dry. We're pumping water, and they say this Thursday, Friday there's a chance of a bit of rain coming through. That's what Higgins, I follow Higgins storm chasing, and yeah, let's hope so. We're getting very low, and I was going to order some water this morning. You know, we won't run out for a few weeks yet, but we're getting very low. And then we got the thing saying rain at the end of the week, up to 30-40 mil or something or other. So we thought, oh, we might just hang off. So we'll see how we go. But at the moment, it's a bit after 10. It's around 29 degrees. We're going to get to 31, and it's starting to get warm in the shed here. I do have good ventilation, the big doors. I do get a bit of breeze through, but instead of being up the other end where I can work in the breeze and be nice and cool, the sound quality just buggers right up that end, so I've got to come here out of the breeze and can't have any fans on or anything for the noise, so doesn't matter, we'll get there, shouldn't die. Yeah, Tim and Ellie come home with Freya, and then it was their weekend for the kids, but they didn't want the kids, in case the kids brought home some wob from the school. So, yeah, we thought, oh, well, we'll just go and do our own thing for the weekend, but no, we ended up with the kids. So Friday afternoon, went and picked them up, and Saturday morning, young Arrow, he's been onto me about when we go fishing, Poppy, let's go in the boat. And, oh, look, a few months ago now, I took him down to the port and we were fishing, and there was people just off us in the boat, and he's niggling away saying, you know, Poppy, we'd probably catch more fish if we were in the boat than those people are. And I said, look, I'll get there. I just had to, even though the boat was pretty well done, I still had to cut the inner guards out of the boat because it only had 10 mil from the new tyres, and I didn't want, a bit of axle movement, and I didn't want it going tearing the wall out of the tyres. So I wouldn't go until I got that done. So the other day, once I learnt that the young fellow was coming, well, I come home and I spent the evening, Thursday evening, and that on the boat trailer, pulling the guards off and cutting them out. And they're right. I took it down to Sandy Hook, which is the freshwater part of the river, and hit a few bumps and checked for wear and all that. And look, it's good. Seems okay. So Saturday morning, Arrow and myself went down the river with the boat, got the boat in, and he's a bit young yet, I suppose, but he's coming up 7. But you tell him to hang on to the rope, just to give him a job to do, hang on to the rope when the boat goes in. I've got bloody sweat running down my face. Haven't got fleas. Oh, well, not that I know of, I could have. But yeah, he's bouncing around doing everything but hanging onto the rope, so no harm done. But yeah, we took the boat for a bit of a run up the river and back, and by the time we'd done that, yeah, Jude and Ariana were there, so we went up the river for the day. Oh, not for the day, we're only going to go for a couple of hours just to take them fishing. And I know in that section of the river, if you just troll a little lure down there and poke along at either, you often catch a catfish. So anyway, they had a look in the tackle box, and they each chose a little soft plastic prawn. So they're chucking them out. And I ended up putting my rod in and put a little lure on and went trolling and caught a fish. So I said, oh, Arrow, there's a fish there. So he wound it in, all proud of himself. And yeah, nice little catfish, so big. We don't eat them. I probably wouldn't know how to prepare them, but my friends Mick and Margaret said, oh, her dad used to catch them down the creek there, and he'd bring them up and eat them, loved them. So up here, I suppose we're a bit fussy for choice, we don't seem to do it. So yeah, we went up a bit further, and Jude had a little minnow, a red head with a white, and just a soft plastic, and she was chucking that around just filling in time, and she caught another catfish about so big. So Arrow held onto the lure and got a photo taken. Ariana, I had the fish grabber there. She's got it about as far as her arms would get it away from her for her photo. Look, if the photo's available, Judy took the photos, I didn't. If it's available, I'll pop it in and give you the look. But yeah, another busy week. I took Thursday off work just to catch up at home here. And look, I still didn't bloody catch up hardly. I got a couple of videos out on the 65 last week, but we seem to have that much going on at work and at home here. Yeah, I'm just battling to stay with it all. So I went to town with Adele, and Adele's always wanted a motorbike, and ever since she was a little kid, and she's always, oh, I'll get a motorbike when I grow up, and we're there, oh yeah, fair enough, because Judy and myself used to roll around on motorbikes in years gone by, but yeah, when your family comes along, well, they're no good to you, and you need your money to pay your house off and all that, so I dumped the motorbikes back years ago, but Adele's always had this thing about it, so off I went up to the Honda shop to have a chat to them, because I know them up there, and yeah, they had a Honda CMX 500 there, so I rang Adele, and then later on in the day she come in, and we went down and had a look at it, and there's a standard one, but there's a one with, like it's got a tiny little bikini fairing on the front of it, a nice, very nice seat on it, and like gaiters on the front of the shockies to keep the dirt and that out for an extra $500 or something. She said, no, she'll have that. So she's a saver, Adele, so she paid cash for the thing, put a deposit down, and got a little piece hooked onto it so she can charge her phone, you know, for maps and all that. And yeah, so she's got through her first part of her licence. She can't ride out there on her own just yet, but yeah, while the bike was there and they had them in stock, she said, oh, I'll just buy that, Dad. And so she's been out home here, going up and down the driveway, and the fellow that's taken her for her licence, he said a lot of people just get out on the highway and roar along, and he said, well, anyone can do that. But he said, my test when I do it, he said, you have a line in the ground, a straight line, and you've got to start here and end up down the other end there, and if you get there before a certain time, you're considered as not having control of the bike enough to go that slow. So she's been out here, bought a couple of tennis balls, chopped them in half, and yeah, she's been out here riding up and down the driveway and round and round in circles, and I said, oh, just get out on the bloody road and have a bit of a go. So she hasn't got the confidence for that yet, but it's something she's always wanted to do and work towards it. So yeah, so now I've got to find a place for a motorbike park. Only until she gets her licence. What I mean. I got Goldie out the other day again and did a bit of tidy up. I've got it ready to pick up. I just need to give her a wash. It's ready to go. The canopy off Goldie, I was thinking of putting on the 135, but look, Sparex gave me a canopy years ago, so instead of the Bearco one, we're going to put that on, but the mounting kit was too wide for the roll frame, so I ordered a new mounting kit and ordered flashing light mounts and all that. And last week I deregistered Goldie because Aaron that bought it didn't want the rego, so I deregistered Goldie. I'd only registered it like a month before and I lost half of that. You know, such is life. And I now have the 135 registered, fully registered, so I can drive it anywhere in Australia anytime. The only limit is I have to have my flashing light on when I'm out on the road, and that's fine. I've got all the blinkers, stop lights, all that done ages ago, so I still have a registered tractor if I want to go in a parade, or if it's just a show one for the day in town, I can jump on my tractor and just drive in and things like that. So I do like to have a tractor like that. The carry-all off Goldie, I just sold the tractor, not the implements or anything. And yeah, I'd painted it Goldie's colours originally, but it needs a redo, so I need to pull the boards off that, do the boards and paint the carry-all Stonely grey now to match the 135 and match the 65, so it looks nice on them. I think some of them had a red frame, so perhaps I should do a red frame just for something different. We'll just see. probably getting a bit ahead of myself, but the tyres for the 165 here, the trekking tractor that I've never got done, a set of 14.9/28s with tubes for that cost me $970 back 3 years ago. Well, I stopped working on it when COVID came along, and I haven't got back to it since. So, yeah, they're just under $1,000. Talking to Peter that owns a tyre shop, and a pair of 14.9/28s with 2 brand new tubes for the rims that I haven't cleaned up yet. Around $1,600, well, a bit over $1,600. So prices have gone up, so I'm saving away for that. But I had to pay my tax bill last week, so every third check from AdWords from Google has to go to the tax man. So that's how it works. Eh? The workplace health and safety thing. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 I've got a meeting with a bloke coming to do an audit on the building for me and have a talk about writing up our emergency management plan. Nicole went through last Thursday and got her first aid certificate, so we can chop our arm off now and she'll just get us going again. I've got to send that down to him, and yeah, I haven't heard back from the Sparky when he's coming to sort that, so we're nearly on top of all that. This is not too bad, yeah. So we're getting there. I did a bit of shopping through the week. I'm like them shields that can't walk past my eyes, but no. If you recall, I've got a snap-on flex head ratchet. I'll see, is it... No, look, I've got it over where I was playing on the boat, so I won't worry too much. I've got a 3/8 drive snap-on flex head ratchet, and it's been my favourite for many years now. And I always sort of kept an eye out for another one, and when the snap-on man come to... I asked the snap-on bloke about getting another one, like they were... I can't remember, but $300 or they were bloody dear anyway. And like I thought they were worth $150 or something like that, but obviously I'm out of touch. But I've been looking around for a little while, and I've been looking at the gear wrench set. And so, look, I pulled the trigger. I couldn't get any value in Australia, but I found the value in Amazon. So they're the flex head, they're low profile flex head. You can go up and down through there, and there's 90 teeth on the ratchet, so every 4 degrees. So if you can move that 4 degrees, you've got to go. You've got a chance. So on Amazon, I found the set of 4 delivered to Australia for $250. So I have a short 3/8 drive, long 3/8 drive, long 1/2 inch, and a short, long 1/4 inch drive. So yeah, I've sort of been looking for them for a while now, so I'm pretty pleased to have that. And normally they're like, look, they're up around $280, $290, but they just had a thing on in Amazon, and I just happened to be looking at the time for $250 delivered to Australia. They do have a really nice feel to them. I've never bought gear wrench stuff before, for no particular reason, but yeah, it's just they've got a really nice soft ratchet in them, and yeah, look, this little fella here, a dinky little thing, isn't it? But anyway, that's something new for the shop. Now, this is for the Australian followers. This week, Trade Tools in Bundaberg, and Trade Tools, they sent me, I'm just on their mailing list for their standard thing. Now, you've heard me ages ago talk about left-hand drill bits. Now, I'm not pulling your leg. There is such a thing as a left-hand drill bit, and then if you have a broken bolt down a housing and you can centralise it, you can get one of these left-hand drill bits and start drilling it out, and sometimes it'll just pop out she comes. So Renegade have a set of 1 to 10 millimetres, and I've just bought them this morning on my way home from work, and at the moment they're half price. I think it's half price, 40% off might be, anyway, for $27.50 for that set. The Renegade part number is RI for Renegade Industrial, LH, left hand, DBS, drill bit set. So the part number is RI, LH, DBS 10, and that's a left hand cobalt. Now they're not just normal high speed steel, they're cobalt. So look, get yourself some. If you're doing up machinery, these things, and you've never used these, you won't realise how handy they are. I was rapt to see that this morning. Mine, I have a snap-on set and a blue point set, and the drills have got pretty ratty over the time from use. I didn't know Renegade had them, or Trade Tools had them until today. So yeah, I bolted down and got some while they had them. You all know I love my bloody MIG wire pliers, my MIG welder pliers. I've got them on special. RI, Renegade Industrial, MWP MIG welder pliers. They're on special at the moment for $10.90, and that's your normal plier, but look how narrow they are through here. So I've got two pairs of them, one pair for up here at the back and one pair for my little machine shop, just for getting in place. I thought to use the pointy nose plier for $10.90 a set, well worth getting. Yeah, look, I hardly ever use pointy nose pliers anymore. I always use these. You've got a little thing to grab a bit of pipe, or they're just a handy thing. And the other purchase was a level, and that level there, that's just for the camper really, so I can actually get the bed level and work that out. So that was only $15. It's a Renegade tool again. It was only, look, I think it might have been $15.90. Aluminium frame. I thought a little job, because it's anodised aluminium, I might put my name up here with the laser just to see if I can do it. I'll probably melt a hole in the bloody bubble. We'll see. But yeah, that's just we found when we had the camper in the backyard there, where you thought it was level, your head was down a little bit. So this actually fits on the side of the camper where the bed comes out. We can actually wind the wheels up and down until we have, until we know that the head ends up a little bit. So the drawbar on these campers and the bed can be a bit different. So some of them have a drawbar level on them, but it's not really accurate to where the bed is. So we just got this little, when we pop it up, we can just sit it there and wind the wheel up and then just put the stabilisers down just to take the load. So that's just for the camper. So yeah, had a little bit of a buy up. Twice now I've come up to unbolt the lift cover off the gantry and put it on the tractor, but I get visitors or anything like that. Through the week, Grumpy Dave, my neighbour, he's decided he's collecting hammers and axe heads, and he broke his drill, so he brought up 5 things for me to drill all the handles out for. So yeah, I did that. So that's when he comes up for a visit. It's an hour each time, a couple of hours sometimes. So and of an afternoon you think, I'll come home and I'll do this, and then you get visitors. So anyway, it doesn't matter. And I still haven't done Biddy's carby, but he's not in a hurry, but I still need to do that. So yeah, it's just been a busy week. And I always say that, I know, but they are just busy. Yeah, I don't normally get days off. Yesterday, with the kids here, Tim and Ellie come and got them, and they went to the beach for a few hours. So that gave Jude and myself a chance to race into town to OPSM and get our new glasses. I've got computer glasses for my old ones are 4 years old, so just for looking at the screen. They seem okay. I was using them in there this morning. Seems alright. So yeah, that gave us a chance to run in there and do a bit of grocery shopping for the kids for lunches and all that sort of thing. So I watched a bit of Landline and had a bit of a snooze in my chair watching Landline, checking my eyelids for leaks. And yeah, come back up here yesterday and then I was watering trees and pumping the pump full, and just when it's dry there's so much more to do. So anyway, that's okay. I wouldn't like to live anywhere else really at the moment, so we'll just see. But look, that's about all for the stew. Yeah, today, I'm hoping today, and I might even sneak an extra day off through the week if I can. I've been busting to get this diff apart. Oh, I've been talking to Sparex. The side panels on my bonnet here are a bit dicky, got splits and that, and bugger me, down in Melbourne they got 2 new ones, so I've got them coming. The wheels, Sparex actually stock in Australia. You've got your wheel studs for the axles, your wheel nuts, they stock all of that, we're replacing them. The next one's out where the intermediate rim goes onto the mid piece. All the bolts for those wheels, they have the whole lot in Australia with the nuts. So I've ordered them, they're on their way. Ordered a new toolbox for it to put on the mudguard. We're not all that far away from starting on the panel work on the Massey, which I always try and put that off. But look, we're getting pretty close to it. I still haven't pulled the radiator out yet and done that shroud, you know, tack welded that. I've got the welder set up now, so I might do that straight after this tube. But I will try and get the video out this week about popping the top cover on and just doing the adjustment where the levers from the lift cover come up and sit on the roller there. There's just one simple little adjustment to do there. It won't be a long video, it'll be a little short one, and I suppose from then I could pop the PDO in and do things like that. I don't want to start the final drives just yet. I'd like to have the diff finished with, and I think I've got the parts for the diff here, so that'll be good. So we've got diff, brakes, final drives, and once we've done that, we've worked our way right from the front right through to the back of the 65, so then it'll be time to make it pretty and buy some tyres. So I've got some new front rims coming. I haven't got front tyres ordered yet, but the new front rims, I thought I'll get the rims early. I have to service my bloody sandblaster. The handle where I lift it down is loose on inside. The handle's come down. I don't know where it's me or the kids have been playing with it. All the gloves have popped off inside, so I tried sandblasting the brackets off the camper yesterday and there was no gloves, and oh, gives you a bit of a towel up there. Nothing serious, yeah. A bit of a, what, exfoliate or whatever the ladies call it. Yeah, anyway, see what happens. Okay, I'll shut up. I'll start working on this tractor. I won't play with the camper or anything like that yet. That'll have to be for next weekend. I do try and keep the camper for sometimes after work, or that today being Monday, it's considered a working day, so it's to do with Bundy Bear shed or Queensland Tractor Spares, so it has to be one or the other. So anyway, I'll shut up. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. We'll catch you all next week, and all being well, there'll be another 65 video on its way. See you. Well, here, sitting on the ladder, and over here is the gas bottle holders for the camper. They were rusty, and you can see a bit of rust pitting and that through there. So I've tidied all that up and sealed all that up. The boat trailer is back up on the trailer, on the hoist. So I've cut away the inner guards on the boat trailer there, and yeah, we went out, come around here, you can see there too, and we went out fishing with the young fella on the weekend, so that was a good thing, another job done. But when we come through over here to the camper, I've taken the bike rack off the back, that just didn't work. I've got a solar panel sitting there ready to be hinged in one way or another. We're not sure about that yet. In the front apron, in behind the stone guard here, I've taken all the battery, well not the battery, the jerry can holders and the gas bottle holders and all, and this little fitting here, I'm just getting rid of the one hose, so I just have one hose, not two. That's not 8th gas, some other thread, I'm not sure what that is. But the fridge sits in this box here, so we're putting a vent in there to let the fridge box get a bit of air. My mate Pomona Rick, he was saying about in his camper that fridge box gets very hot, so we're putting a vent in down low there, and a little gap down there. We're probably going to block that off, fold up something and put in there. just in front of the vent so it doesn't suck dirt and shit up there. And on the top here, where I've got all the sockets and glasses and spanners and all that sort of thing, there's another vent, but we're not going to put that one in. Where the door comes up here at the back, we're going to have two flaps, and they open up here, and I can, with the 30mm height difference here, they sit just under 30mm or around 30mm, so with them closed I should be able to put the bed out on top of them and leave this little door open, because we've got a fridge lock in there. So that's up and coming. That's a 160 watt panel. The new one up the back there's a 350 watt panel. And out here in the heat, so I can shift my trailers around, I've put a hole in the front of my fork, so I can either put a 50mm toe ball in or the McHitch peg or something like that, and just so I can move stuff around a bit easier without having to change the hitch on the cruiser all the time.